not turning the music on. Hopefully people were watching the fan art instead. There's a rumor that someone's already working on fan art of this group. We'll see if that pans out.
What?
There's no way it'll be done tonight. No way. It's not happening.
It'd still be super awesome.
Where did we leave off? We were escaping into the night. We're all basically dead.
Yeah.
Except for Stern, who seems completely fine.
Stern, who seems completely fine. Yeah, so you managed to escape into the night with only one witness to your crimes. And they only saw Stern's face, so it's fine. Statement is fine. Don't worry about it. So yeah, you have reached downtime. Normally we would well, I'll go through the motions here for the end of caper. That's 100% not the right word. Score. Aha, I thought of it. I know this game real good.
I mean, you only have to run it with award-winning game designer John Harper in the audience, the man who made it.
He's a pretty cool dude, though.
I'll beat John's ass.
Imagine something really awesome.
Yeah. So at the end of your score, you're going to return to Autumn. Please don't purr into my microphone.
No, I'm good.
So happy to see you.
Do whatever you need, Autumn.
I'm gonna be honest, it's really calming.
Yeah, let it out.
I feel less stressed already.
Yeah, we should all lose a full trauma and some levels of harm.
A full trauma.
Full trauma. No. Okay, thanks, Autumn. You're a good cat. So he's gonna pay you out. You've managed to. Well, you did not unlock the chest, but he'll take care of that. He's not going to dock your pay, but he is going to give you a stern look and a little bit of the. You did the letter of what I asked you to, but y'all know I would have preferred to have that chest open. And
Lysanderoth gives him the obsequious toad version of, yes, but it was on short notice. Like nod, smirk.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think Steinman's like, you asked us to deliver it. It's physically here, and it's in better condition than we could have if it were out of the chest.
That is true.
And I cannot argue with that particular. And if I discover that it is not, in fact, inside of this chest, then me reclaiming the money I've paid you is the least of your worries.
I mean, we got into a fist fight with the Dimmer sister, so...
And lived.
Oh, well. Not bad.
Thank you.
What if you open it now while we watch so we know if it's in there or not?
He's a high-tier gang, right? He can do this.
Sorry, it was the cattail that got me.
He's like,
Yeah.
And then, you know, Calico Cat just jumps into his lap, and he starts stroking it like it's no big
that
deal.
is extremely Lord Skurlock, low-key.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Like Dr. Evil.
Might I inquire what the name of that cat is? It looks like an Oscar.
I'm sorry, but revealing its true name would be a mistake at this point. About this chest, though, if you would like to witness my opening it, you can follow me to my study, although I will warn you, it may be dangerous.
You can report back to me here. And I take
I'd like to see it. Steinman elbows her the shoulder and is like, "Yeah, I'll check it out. Don't worry. I'll let you know if there's any funny business in there."
So he stands up in one fluid motion, like scooping the cat up in one arm, and then goes and easily picks up this very heavy chest with his other hand. You all have heard rumors of the possibility that he has some kind of supernatural ties. One or two of you with more arcane leanings may have heard a rumor of him being a vampire, as if vampires were real things. But whatever it is, he's decidedly stronger than he looks. Lysandrath, are you joining us in the parlor?
So I think Lysandrath is going to stay with Tombot and say, could you turn and look the other direction for a few minutes?
And
I'm just switching disguises, but I'd be embarrassed.
she rolls her eyes most expressively and looks out the window at the gray, muggy environment.
Mm-hmm. So we follow Lord Skurlock and Steinman down the hall, and he opens he goes down a set of stairs into the basement, and he opens a door to a room that is fairly large, or at least it looks that way because there's almost nothing in it. There is a large circle inscribed on the floor. It looks like it's been etched into the stone. And there is some cabinets along one wall, very well built and very well maintained. Unlike everything else that you've seen in this abandoned manor, this cabinet looks, if not new, then at the very least built this century, as opposed to pretty much anything else you might have seen. Very well maintained, and he opens it and retrieves some materials after having set the chest down in the center of the circle and the cat down on a small, like, plush footstool that appears to be there specifically for the purpose of this cat, as it has a light dusting of cat hair from and an indentation of cat body, the perfect cat circle sized indentation on it. So he says, "Stand well back from the circle. That should protect you. But I hold no promise for your safety."
Steinman is going to find a wall to lean on that's far enough back and just kind of watch with her one foot up, typical, just leaning against it like this. It should be good. As she looks down, looks like she's talking to herself.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He looks at where you looked and says, "I can't guarantee your safety either." Then he pets the cat, and the cat, he says that as he's petting the cat, so it could almost be that he was talking to the cat, because immediately after that, the cat jumps off of its little stool and walks out of the room. He then goes into the circle, and there's a cut scene as he sprinkles some colored powder, and he lights various candles with, you're not entirely sure how, but they just come to light. He chants something in the weird, running the sound audio backwards kind of way.
As you do.
And we see through his eyes for a second as this the one spot that just almost blinded Steinman earlier opens up into a multi-rune circular pattern, which he examines from a bunch of different angles. He's fished out a pair of glasses that have like various colored lenses that he can flip down. He looks at it from multiple angles with that until a certain combinations of lenses, some of the runes change color. And he nods to himself and he turns to you for just a second and says, "This should do it. If not, be prepared for a very large explosion." And then he taps the air, which we can see in our audience vision is where these runes are projected. But to you, he's just up above the chest, poking the air. It looks a little weird.
She saw what it looked like in the ghost field, right? Or in the when she attuned to it.
Only very, very briefly, but
she generally knows what he's doing because she saw something of the sort. Okay,
you saw something in sort of that area, so you suspect what he's doing, but you were not able to see it for very long, basically. Okay. Getting distracted by chat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chat's been pretty spicy this episode.
It has been. So the chest like starts to glow for a moment and like pulse, and you think it's like maybe gonna explode, but then it just and the top opens by itself, and then the light dissipates. And he pulls out this highly reflective, especially with the candles that he has around the circle, sparkling, magnificent helm that has just like probably 7 different faces, maybe 10. You're not really sure because like each face uses like each face has 2 eyes, but this eye is the right eye is the left eye of the next face, and it goes around.
That's not creepy.
Upon seeing this, Diamond goes, "Nope," and walks up the steps.
So he smiles a little bit to himself, and you walk up the steps. Were you in fact spying, peeping on this? No.
Peeping on what? On him? Oh, them.
No, I meant the other 2. Yeah, did either one of you?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Lysanderoth has put on a curly red-haired wig and powdered his face to be very pale, and has a blacksmith's apron on and a larger belly, and now looks like a Skovlander forge smith.
Nice.
So he's like tucking his pants in when Stern comes up, and he's like, "Oh my goodness. Hi there, you can't walk in on a man while he's changing." A few moments earlier, and who knows what you would have seen.
I can assure you.
That exciting.
Well, I thought you said you were a little away.
I'm a thief.
Oh. Well, I'm supposed to be the liar here.
And Tombat goes back to looking out the window, in which you see Lysanderoth clearly reflected.
Yeah.
I think Diamond's just like, this gets weirder every few minutes that we're here. There's always something. Okay.
You're the one with a ghost dog.
He's got it. You hear growling. Like a low.
A few minutes pass, and then Lord Skurlock will re-enter the room. He does not have the artifact with him, and says, well, your coin is well earned. I will be certain to employ your services again. 3 delivered. I appreciate that.
All right then, my lord.
Do you have any other jobs for us?
Not right now, but I will be in touch. Don't you worry.
So what was the bonus for not screwing up?
Double.
Double.
So 8
each
coins
of you
total.
have 8 coins. Each one of you has 8 coins. You get some heat for the 3 of you. Let's see how much it was. Now, this was, I'm going to say, pretty contained. There were some shots fired. It's not fully completely quiet, but that's standard. 2 heat is pretty standard. Someone died, so that is 2 more heat. Was this a high profile or well-connected target? Oh yeah, definitely. Did this happen on hostile turf? Not really. This is the middle of the street. It technically belonged to someone, but you weren't at war with them, so it's fine. So yeah, 5 heat is what your crew is taking. I get to roll an entanglement for you.
Yay.
How does dice work? Here we go. Great. Yeah. So you remember when you promised your wolf that squirrel?
I think it was a cat, actually.
The cat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, that's definitely a great problem. You remember how you promised your wolf could eat the next cat that it wanted to?
Ooh, Skurlock. I'm so sorry.
It's gonna try to eat Skurlock's cat.
I said in an alley. I'm going to try to... crap. I'm going to let this happen. I'm going to let this play out.
Okay. Let's
I mean, whoa.
Guys, this is a one shot for a reason. No. You got a wolf and a cat. What do you think? It's animal instinct, of course. Maybe your cat shouldn't have been walking there.
I'm gonna roll to see how this fares.
I love cats. For everyone watching the stream, I'm just kidding.
There are so many animals that have been killed this week on this stream. It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll here and see what happens. The worst case scenario. Well, let's just roll it. See what happens. 2. Okay. So.
I'm good.
As you're leaving, Lord Skurlock, like you're the last one to leave, and Lord Skurlock kind of hems for a moment, and he is holding your wolf by the scruff of its neck, and there's blood on his muzzle. You owe me a cat.
I what? I actually didn't hear you. I shoot a lot of guns.
He throws the wolf at you, and like the wolf is about to hit you and just dissipates into smoke as it does. And he says, "Your wolf ate my sweet Miss Papaya."
Steinman does what I just did because that was my natural reaction to not laugh. I apologize deeply. Shall I come across, which may be difficult because that cat was the best cat I've ever seen. Very well behaved, very, very, very well groomed, well kept. If I could ever find one that's even anywhere close, she's being sarcastic, but I'm sure he doesn't realize. I will absolutely, without a doubt, procure it for you. I apologize. We will have words when we get home.
I don't think that's good enough. You can leave your pet here, and I can repay it in kind. He licks his lips in a way that implies that he would actually be eating the wolf that ate his cat. Maybe a little creepy, I don't know.
Seeing as I consider this mangy mutt my friend, I don't think I can do that. I can give you half of your coin back.
He like narrows his eyes. Says, "Fine. That might
put it on the table.
be enough for me to import another. I'm not so certain I will be using your services as much as that of your friends. No. You and your beast need to leave."
We were trying to, and then you. We'll be going. And she turns and just kind of, good job, as she gets far enough away.
Oh, good. Fantastic. That brings us to our dear friend Downtime, where y'all can maybe get rid of some stress.
I would love to.
Yeah. Do you have a plan to get rid of your stress here?
Yeah, I think Tomball just got a significant amount of money, which is fantastic because her vice is a luxury. And so you see her, like, before you saw her with her hair pulled back and like very form-fitting clothes, like ready to do some thieving stuff. She shows up in the Centernalia Club in Brightstone, wearing like a very dapper, dandified suit with a top hat.
Nice.
She has like this beautiful cane, and she walks with like a little bit of swagger as she enters the club. She's almost unrecognizable from her usual functional appearance. But yeah, she's a tiny little dandy, and she goes to strut her stuff. See how relaxing this is.
Yeah, are you not very?
Not very.
Are you making small talk? Are you
I think it's
drinks? Are you
small talk in the form of humble bragging. It's like a humble brag competition that happens there. Like no official rules. It's just everyone's like, "Oh, I bought the sailboat the other day, but you wouldn't believe what happened with the merchant and blah 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 blah." It's like this whole different like world.
Gotcha.
This club where everybody's pretending to be richer than they actually are.
Yeah. Well, you managed to ease a little bit of that stress off, but something about this particular night, it's just been, you've been having a little bit of trouble, like being able to get your word in edgewise to drop your humble brags, and it's just a little bit frustrating.
That is quite vexing.
You gotta tell like one story, and then immediately someone was like, "That reminds me of," and just took this huge tangent and just stole the show.
Rude. Do you want me to take my second one right away, or are we going to come back around?
If you want to continue here in the club for your second one, then totally. If you'd like to do something else, then we can jump to the next person who has an idea for their downtime.
I think I could wrap the next one in. I think I'm reducing heat. And this ties into why I was not as relaxed as I thought I would be coming in here, because somebody asked me about Steinman.
Oh, yeah.
Because her face was seen. And they're like, oh, did you hear about this fight on the bridge? Steinman was seen, blah, 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 blah. And I tip my head back and I like go full Mariah Carey. I don't know her. I haven't the foggiest idea who you could possibly be talking about. I'm not sure she even exists. And I'm going to roll sway to.
That feels like sway. Yeah, totally. And it's, of course, still a fortune roll here.
I reduce some heat.
Yeah, you reduce some heat. Not bad. Cool. That's good.
Dissemble about Steinman's existence.
How much do we have to start? Sorry, I don't see that. I didn't track it.
Yeah, that's because we don't have a crew sheet to track it on. But you had 5, so.
Now we're down to what, 3?
There is a crew sheet. If you hit the character mode.
Well, right. I mean, you can turn your character sheet into a crew sheet, but there's no separate crew sheet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to track it just so I could help. That's all. Sorry.
Gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, you reduce it by 2, so there's only 3 heat now. So. Cool. Yeah. Lysanderoth, did you have a plan?
So, if I'm reading this correctly, because I haven't done this before myself, I can spend extra coin in order to perform additional activities.
Correct. So you still have the same list of activities to choose from, but normally you just get 2 of them. By spending extra money, you would be able to get more.
So if I wanted to reduce my slight concussion to not crippling me levels, I would need to heal 4 times to fully fill that clock.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
So, the clock has 4 sections on it.
It does.
And when you heal, you're going to roll a number of dice depending on how you're healing. And then you'll be able to... oh, no, yeah, I guess you... Yeah, it's like a long-term project. So you're going to roll based on however you're healing.
How you're healing. All right, I'll think about that in a second. I definitely want to start by indulging in my vice then.
Okay, yeah.
Lysanderoth, as you might have noticed, likes to learn about everything and plan ahead every possible contingency. In fact, as they're heading away from Lord Skurlock's place, he definitely pulls aside a messenger boy and sends a message to the clown, letting him know that he doesn't need to juggle anymore.
Yeah.
His vice is
his hat full of money from busking the corner.
His vice is completely luck-based gambling.
Yeah, nothing with any type of possible skill, huh?
Exactly. Okay. If you can cheat at it, no, 100% luck-based.
Okay, yeah. Where do we find him with this luck-based gambling?
Oh, it's probably at a very posh club where people are playing with like whatever the Duskfall version of trading cards would be. He's playing a Japanese gacha game, essentially.
Okay.
He's Magic the Gathering, right? Like he's swapping out packs. And like, oh, excellent! I got a silver, one of these. All right, I play the inspector to the field. Fantastic.
Yeah.
How?
And there's like a little pile of eels in the center, and as you play cards, you have to add to the ante. And there's some cards that allow you to steal some back, and you know. So you get to roll. Should be a button on your sheet that is
Indulge Vice.
Indulge Vice. Yeah.
No bonus dice. Let's do this. Looking for a 6. Multiple 6s. That's not a 6.
You got a 2.
All right. What does that mean?
That means you get to reduce 2 stress.
Okay, I'll take that.
So you go from almost a trauma to not quite.
I figure out how to do that correctly. Can I continue to indulge like a madman then?
Yes, that would be your second action.
Indeed.
And then to eventually clear your healing, you'll need to spend coin to do that.
Still figuring out what stat I'll be rolling on that one. Throwing fat oh, stupid club.
Oh, dang.
I know.
One thing you can do is if you have a friend who could help you, they could basically make
Oh, Sally works in a bar.
Instead.
I'm not going to call her here.
You also have someone who's a chemist. Maybe they whip you up a potion or something.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'll just have to take it easy on the next job.
That's another option.
It's very... The game is practically stressful itself. I keep trying to play my inspector deck, and everyone's showing up with spirit wardens, and I'm like, ugh! Oh,
Right.
man.
How dare they? Yeah. So you have this very frustrating session of late into the night playing the card game.
Couldn't get a single 5-star.
Not even one. It was terrible. But what about Steinman? What are you doing?
Steinman is going to use her vice, which is she grew up in a nomadic type of lifestyle, kind of hunt and gathering type deal, especially since she is Cerberus. And she doesn't have any family left. It's dangerous when you wander wastelands and there's big things that try to kill you every day. So as her only living family member, she's used to, fighting off spirits and everything, but she moved here. All that ties into, she puts all of her money that she makes, anything that she doesn't use for the meager amount of food that she eats now and her ammunitions or anything to clean her gun, all go towards an orphanage that she trains children at. Hoping one day she can turn them into bounty hunters and be the next generation keeping people off the streets, whether good or bad.
Nice.
So she is going to get supplies with all of the money, whether it be like training dummy type material where she could fasten something for them to be able to train on, or getting like food and clothing.
Do we get the scene of you in the orphanage, like leading the kata of in some martial arts for all of the children?
Lord of the Flies meets Karate Kid. Kind of like meets Recess. So it's just a bunch of kids joking around, kicking each other, and then it's the instructor shows up and they all just and follow every word, and then as soon as she turns her back to like pick up her bag and leave without a word, they all just go back to being children.
Love it.
So she likes a balance of not ruining their childhood and also helping them like learn skills. But yeah, so that's what she does with all of her money, and that is technically indulging her vice. So I guess it would be how well her training goes. Yeah. And also it could be like balancing the books at the orphanage or whatever could be more or less stressful depending. Yeah, makes sense.
Perfect victory.
All right.
So yeah, you go from 4 stress to 0 stress.
Nice. She's going to so she has just to give you perspective, she has like a black hair, but it's buzzed like a crew cut like you would in the military, and just wears, like really old, outdated military type clothing or things that you would wear, if you were training. I think she goes somewhere with a little bit of the coin that she used to get food and such to buy makeup and clothes that she can lay low for a while and not look like herself, because no one's going to expect someone who looks like they've actually showered in the last week. So I think she meets up with her spy friend and just kind of does this, to reduce heat.
You won't take Lysanderoth on the disguise shopping trip?
No.
Oh, this is a specialty.
No, because thank you. Because the last time we saw you, you were like, "Hey, turn around so you don't see me naked, real quick." And in like we think the most powerful person in the city's living room.
No, it was like in a weird abandoned house, right? Who knows if he really lives there?
I mean, he's got stuff downstairs to unlock this creepy chest. So.
Well, it could be a summer. Look, okay.
It could be a summer home.
Wow. You took a risky standard on changing your disguise.
I feel like I should get advantage on this for not using my standard. To be fair, his outfits are awesome. But yeah, I think definitely going to try that. So how do I roll that again? I'm sorry.
This sounds to me like a sway, because you are pretending to be someone you're not in an effort to fool people into thinking that you're not around.
Could I argue something kind of outlandish?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like to think that I was maybe studying Lysanderoth, and I would consider that a survey. Yes, he fits a lot of other shirts and undergarments and pants in his pockets.
It's in the inside of the peacoat. Exactly. You got to accessorize properly with those double-sided clothing.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, sure, go for it. That's how these rules go. You explain, if you can reasonably explain to me how you're doing a different action to lay low, then that's what you're doing. So
she's secretly impressed, but she doesn't want him to know. What position do I just?
It's a fortune roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless there's nothing terribly risky about this right now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You've gleaned my secrets.
One heat. So.
Okay. There you go.
Great.
That's all I got.
I figured out how I'm going to get rid of this concussion.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
So in my alternate persona as a blue coat, I'm gonna gold brick at the local barracks and just be like, I don't know if I can do duty today, boys. This injury I got on the job, I think I should lay low. Can someone take my shift for me today? That kind of deal.
Okay, and basically get blue coat medic to help you. Sure. I think this is actually going to be like a sway to maintain this lie rather than whatever the
a lie. Technically, I had documents. I was in uniform.
Mm-hmm.
There was a job.
You could look like a duck and quack like a duck and not be a duck. I'm just...
I mean, that's called a platypus, but
So why don't you roll your sway to convince these guys to help you with your concussion and not arrest you?
A position is
there is some risk here, just because you are literally walking into a blue coat.
But that's my cover identity. This is my full-time job.
Okay. Well, I mean, they could still be like, you weren't doing your patrol.
Oh yeah, all right, I'll accept that. Okay.
It's not super risky, but there's still some risk here.
Effect. So I have this reduce effect thing and a minus die.
So it's the reduced effect is not going to affect you here.
Okay.
The slight concussion is actually helping you to sell your story about having a concussion. So it's gonna cancel out.
Okay. Standard effect. No
Yeah,
aid dice.
Standard effect, no aid dice. You're gonna roll your sway here to
Don't let me down, dice. Okay, you kind of let me down just a little bit.
I mean, it's okay. You're gonna get two ticks on the clock, but you're going to get like written up for, like having, ditched your partner and gotten yourself hurt on your patrol.
Well, then they're really not going to like it when I keep doing it again with another coin, as I continue to spread the bribes around.
Yeah, like you spread the bribes and you're like this, and they're like, look, you have to do the paperwork. You got injured on the job. You weren't with your partner when you were supposed to be, and don't give me this bullshit that he was drunk under a table, because you and I both know that's your patrol route.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, ouch. You still make one progress clock here.
I need to finish this progress clock.
But you're
I know, but patience has run out here.
Yeah, they're like, look, you don't have to work today and you don't have to work tomorrow, but I don't want to see your face.
I'd like to take one more shot. Not at this. I want to lay low at Salia's bar in like a back room.
Okay. Yeah. You can do that.
If I were her, I wouldn't let you back in there. Okay, you're going to be disguised. Never mind. You're right. You're some other guy who's nice now.
Well, and I mean, they have a long-standing history with that's just how their cover identities interact with each other.
Exactly. What am I rolling for this one? Still sway, consort, something along these lines?
So are you getting Salia or any of her people to help you out, or are you just like relaxed?
I mean, I feel like I have to, right? Like someone's got to be taking care of me in this back room, and I'm sliding coin to get this done.
Okay. Yeah. I think that means that we're going to be rolling their thing. But it really doesn't matter what it doesn't matter. So, because your clock will fill, and then things will kick down, and then anything overflow will overflow. Yeah, I think it's just one die here. Like, there's no one medically trained on staff, but they're treating you well, and you're paying enough to get a nice relaxed treatment, but there's no one actually giving you medical attention. They're just making sure that you're comfortable. So you're mostly healing on your own.
Fortune roll?
One die fortune roll.
Oh wait, I think I said no dice. Number of dice. One. No notes. Let's roll good. Nope. All right. Well, look, that clock's full.
That clock is full.
Stupid clock.
You're no longer bruised, and your concussion.
Oh, I was trying to get rid of the concussion.
Well, it doesn't matter. So the concussion gets kicked down to level 1,
okay,
and the bruise just goes away.
Excellent.
You can change bruised to be like brain bruised.
I thought it was the concussion that's still.
Right. So it's a lesser concussion, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Brain bruised. All right.
Right. Exactly. There you go.
God, took so much money.
Yeah, you just spent a shit ton of money. So yeah, we get after you get kicked out of the police precinct, we find you in the back room of this bar, and every once in a while, Salia herself will come back and check on you. Mostly, at one point when you're like particularly out of it, she's like, "Don't you dare die in my bar."
Well, I'm perfectly fine. Okay, it's just that the chameleons are running in circles over there. Those ones over. Oh,
and then she like grabs a bottle of booze and is like, "You're not supposed to be drinking this when you have."
I paid good money for this. Probably.
She like stoppers it and she's like, I'll bring it back to you tomorrow. Get some sleep.
I'm so obnoxious.
It's perfect. All right. So, yeah. I believe that Talbot still has a. No, you're done.
I indulge my vice and reduce heat.
Oh, right, because you did it at the same time. I already got confused.
I am good.
I mean, did you also do 2 already? Yeah, because you also reduced heat too. Well, that's downtime, everybody. Unless you want to purchase some more purchase some more slots.
I'll indulge my vice one more time. I just feel like having a lot of spare stress is a good idea. Right?
I really want you to roll really high here and overindulge.
Can one really overindulge in card games?
Yes. 100%. No, 3. No, you're fine. So yeah, once the pounding in your head eases up a little bit, you decide to go back and try some more card games.
Spending far too much money in the process.
Some amount of time later, you get a call. Your dear friend, Lord Skurlock, has another job for you.
Do I get contacted by Lord Skurlock?
Yes, define. I'm also curious about what call means.
He sends a ghost to come tell us.
I thought you said goat, and I was like, please send a goat.
Really?
Send a goat.
Well, I mean,
we've seen this cat
too.
I eat it immediately.
We're at our hideout. We're just making goat curry when Lord Skurlock shows up.
No, I thought this was further payment.
I mean, the cat wasn't worth 4 gold. I assumed this would cover the rest of your side.
Right. You get someone like taps you on the street and hands you a note that's like embossed in an envelope, and all it has is like an address on it.
I guess.
I think.
Go ahead.
I feel like there's a moment where like the camera is zoomed in on this card and then it cuts back to our faces and we're looking down and then we look up and look at each other. Then like music starts swelling from the background. Hard cut to Skurlock's place.
Yeah. You all did so well together on that last job. I definitely appreciate it. Now, there was one loose end. That Dimmer sister, you said, fell into the river. She survived.
Is that possible?
Oh, yes, definitely. Not for you, most likely, but for her. I think she survived far worse. Well, she's a little, shall we say, peeved about this artifact having gone missing. And I would rather not have to deal with her tracking it down at one of my hideouts. So, would you all be able to take care of her? Make sure she's dead this time.
Wet work is significantly more expensive.
Although, if you have a problem, I believe we can solve it.
Also, I'm not going in that house. So is she gonna be leaving the house that you know of? Is Is this the same type of...
She's looking for this artifact.
So she's coming here.
Hmm.
You need a tracker.
That's one possibility. I would prefer if she did not. But if you would prefer an ambush of her here, it can be arranged.
I would prefer to draw her out somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And if we could get some sort of magical accoutrement around this place and lead her into our turf, spiritually speaking.
We'll definitely
sure-
need a goat for this job.
If you're asking me to get my hands dirty with this, that's going to cost you.
Take it out of our pay. If you want our help, we're not going to be able to defeat a dimmer sister with our bare hands.
Aren't you?
I mean,
Isn't she still injured? Didn't we drug her, shoot her a few times, try to stab her, then lightning her into the ghost soup?
Remember the part where I said it was an indeterminate amount of time later?
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
Yeah, but Lysanderoth is sure.
yeah.
Steinman just... no.
Really? I hadn't anticipated that.
Yeah.
Have to come up with a new plan.
Factor a healthy dimmer sister into this up here. It's scarier. It's much scarier if you think about it that way.
I could just, hit her with the powder again.
Do you think she's not going to be expecting that? I'm more worried about this. Sorry.
No, I said I have different powder, but I don't think it would help in either case. I think if we could arrange a magical trap here, strip her of her power, and then kill her.
I worry she's going to bring backup this time.
I think that we should be hunting her down first. Catching her when she's not prepared. If she comes here, it will be a collision of titanic proportions. I believe that instead we should be approaching her, telling her that we know where the artifact is. I, of course, as a master of disguise and deception, will approach her as her contact. I'll take her by the hand and hit her in the face with some more sleep powder. And then we'll shoot her a bunch of times.
I could get behind this.
I like this plan.
It's the same plan as last time, except I don't let her walk away.
Yes, I like it even better. Yes. Fine. If you can kill her, I'll pay you each 6 gold. 6 coins. Now, I know it's not as much as you received for your bonus, but...
Go on.
I suppose I should have promised you extra pay if you'd taken her out the first time.
We would have been slightly more diligent. Yes.
We would have negotiated differently, indeed. I was loath to murder a dimmer sister without...
Proper recompense?
Well, they would be rather upset if we killed one.
Oh, I'm certain they will be. Fine, in addition to the coin, I will become your patron and ensure that if they want to exact revenge upon you, they will have to go through me. Will that satisfy you?
Marvelous.
Excellent.
I look forward to our continued working relationship then.
Do you have a goat?
Oh, of course.
It is pivotal to this plan that I have a goat.
It literally just walks out. I figured it would be, you being a master of planning it all.
I can see we'll work together well if you can anticipate my needs.
There's nothing that can't be done if one has a goat. It is known. It's an old Severosi saying.
You're
I have
right.
heard it.
Great. So it sounds like we even have a plan. of finding her, of deception. Yeah, of being like, hey, we're gonna turn over on Skurlock.
I know my plan is to approach as an information broker with knowledge of.
Right. Okay.
I definitely don't want to go as myself and get murdered instantly.
Fair. So yeah, you're going to put out some little
Yeah, we gotta track her down.
You put down, I mean, you can probably track her down, but getting word to her the quote unquote right way, you may want to enlist your dear friend Salia on this, or anyone else if you would like to.
I'll certainly open up with talking about Salia. Salia! Oh no, what disguise am I doing this time? Alright. This job is going to require a very specific disguise. When we see Lysanderoth, he's got like powder blue hair. He's hunched over and pretending to be an old woman with a cart. And the goat is helping pull the cart. And he stops in at Salia's and is just like, "Oh, my dear, it's your auntie here to see you. I've got some questions."
"Oh, auntie, it's so good to see you." And she immediately hugs with like boob in face mothering hug, and is like, "You better not have the same line of questioning you did last time."
"I'm just looking for an old friend. The Dimmer sister wandering about the city. Some have said she's injured. I would hate for her to expire, or someone needs to speak with her. And who better than Grandmother Gareth?"
All right. Come with me, Granny Gareth. I need to take you in the back here. We can discuss things a little more privately.
Of course. You're just like your mother. Look just like her. When she was a child, as soon as they're in the back room, he completely drops everything.
Still after the Dimmer sisters, are you?
Well, someone has to take care of them.
What's the angle this time?
If we can find her, we'll handle the situation ourselves. All that is required is to set up a meeting. I assume that you're capable of pulling off something of that measure.
It's risky.
Could be. The rewards are great.
Risky, great. It's a good deal.
What are you offering me?
The patronage of Lord Skurlock. As my star rises and his star rises, you come with me.
Hey, you want to make a roll there to back up your pretty promises?
Yeah, of course. Would I lie?
To Salia? It's still a fortune roll, but yeah. This sounds a lot like Sway, but it could still be consort here because you and Salia go way back.
I'll do consort. Yeah.
Okay.
Fortune roll. Standard effect. No bonus dice. Let's not suck this time.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. She's like, if she has been asking around, I don't think it would take much to arrange a meeting if you promise her the information she's looking for.
Of course. You can just tell her that I'm one of your information broker friends there to help her.
You tell me the location, and I'll arrange the meeting.
I of course pick a location that we would all be able to have someone jump from a roof and also sniper rifle from a second story, and would accommodate a goat cart.
You've already picked out that perfect location, and you're just like, 16th Street and B, and
as one does.
Yeah. was there any other preparations anyone wanted to do before this historic meeting goes down?
I think I want to. It might be better as a flashback. Never mind. I'll hold it. Let's see if I need it.
Sure. Okay, yeah. This is a deception. We've got a good setup here. Let's cut to our engagement roll. Who would like to roll it this time?
I mean, I feel like I'm uniquely skilled at setting up this particular job. Unfortunately.
I actually agree with you 100%. So why don't you go ahead and let's count this out. So you get one die for sheer luck. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
I mean, we're about to murder a dimmer sister in broad daylight.
Yeah, that hundo percento. Is it very complex or contingent on many factors?
I don't think so. I mean, there's the goat, but that's about it.
that goat is going to come in handy. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? Yeah, it does. She's looking for this information, and she will probably make mistakes trying to find it. So I'm going to say yes there. Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? I'm going to say any of that has been counteracted by the previous fight she was so recently in. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight? Absolutely. With that crit, hundo percento has happened. Are there any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation? No. I think with that crit, that any that might have gotten wind of it, I think you're across town, because Salia just puts information in the wind. So yeah, this is looking really good for you. 4 dice.
What am I rolling here? I don't know where this...
Oh, it's a fortune roll. There should be
4
under...
dice.
Mm-hmm.
Input value.
There you go. 5.
5's good, right? This is good?
Mixed result. You are in a risky position when the action starts. So, yeah, the two of you have made your pleasantries. We like cut in. Is it foggy again? Is that something?
I'm not going to cause the fog again. But no. We need to talk about load, right?
Yes. Thank you. What is all y'all's load?
Medium load.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go light again.
I'll stay with medium.
Okay. Cool. So, I'm so gassy. Damn, sorry. We cut to the action. The two of you have already made your like pleasant exchange. You're standing face to face, and like there's some kind of noise, whether it's like it's that classic like someone shifts and a pebble like tick, 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 tick. And she turns her attention away from you for just a second and like sees the glint of the scope out of the second story window or something like that, because I feel like the action is you pulling that trigger. Am I right? From what I
We opening with the murder then?
I mean
I was gonna wait until she was at least in a good position.
Yeah. Okay, so look, when she turns away, Granny Lysanderoth is going to like go in and be like, there, dear, you seem very nervous. Come here, give grandmother a hug.
Ew. As a stranger, just ew.
It's all right, dear. It's all right. I know you've been on the run. You look like you've had a dreadful fight. Come here.
Yeah, roll sway. It's a risky position. What is your goal here? Are you trying to hit her with some slumber essence again?
My goal here is to get her in a hug and then like turn her around and then just hold her there where everybody shoots and stabs her.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's not the greatest plan, but the goat comes later. I'm wearing armor this time.
Well, let's hope she doesn't notice that when you go for this hug.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
I only have to hold her for a few seconds until she gets shot.
Not the granny tank.
I'm sorry, what am I rolling? Sway? Consort?
Yeah, this is sway.
Excellent. What's my position? Risky?
Yeah, this is
Why not?
risky. This is risky. You got a standard position because what your goal is just to put her like over the X essentially.
So I have a brain bruise for less effect.
Yeah, it's gonna. This isn't really actually gonna affect that because your brain bruise is gonna affect your mental things. This is pretty good.
You need 2 level 1 harm to incur the side effect. Yes, no?
No.
Okay.
Because it's going to be, but it's only going to be an effect on things that it's an effect on. So a brain bruise is not going to stop you from picking up a woman and from giving someone a hug and holding them immobilized.
I'm going to push myself for an extra die.
Yeah, good. Do it.
I certainly do not want to fail at this. And I don't.
No.
So I got her in the hug. I put a hand on the back of her head and swing her around like I'm dancing with her. I'm like, there. It'll all be over in a moment.
Q.
Sorry, go ahead.
Shoot and stabs. Yeah. That was it.
Yeah, I was gonna take a shot.
Please do.
And I was going to use electroplasmic ammunition.
Ooh, that is very good. That's gonna definitely increase your effect there. It is risky. There's a chance that you could hit Lysanderoth here.
It's fine.
I was gonna say, would that? Okay, never mind. Okay, so then standard effect or limited?
Yeah, it's gonna be standard effect and not limited because of your fancy bullets. The fancy bullets are not going to do any extra harm if they hit Lysanderoth, but
okay. I'm gonna push myself for 2 stress.
Totally.
2 5s.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So you succeed, but there is a consequence. I'm not even going to say that you hit Lysanderoth, even as fun as that would be. I think that...
I feel targeted.
To be fair, you put yourself directly in harm's way to be targeted.
I know.
Literally targeted.
That was part of the plan.
So I think it winds up hitting her shoulder again, but this time it's the other shoulder. And what it does is it forces her out of Lysanderoth's grip as she kind of, gets pushed away. She has 2 ticks on a 6-tick clock of being a badass. So you've definitely done some damage here.
I want to drop kick her.
Yeah.
She gets knocked out of Lysanderoth's grasp, and I was lying in wait, probably like clinging onto like a window ledge, like Spider-Man, but without the webbing. And when I see that the shot didn't hit true, I just let go and use the force of gravity to just drop my small little body on her.
Amp.
Because I'm a ninja.
I'd like to foresight help you with this if you think you need it.
Yeah. Is this a prowl ambush?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. My position is
It's still risky. It's still standard.
okay. And then I'm getting, what does foresight give me?
So foresight is me assisting. I anticipated this would happen, and as she stumbled backward, I had actually put out a foot to trip her with.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I will take a bonus die.
We're doing this Looney Tunes style, I think.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. So you land squarely on her head, and then to the ground as she stumbles backwards, and she is not looking good. She has 5 ticks out of 6 on her being a badass clock, but now she's got her chance to act. And immediately what she does is pulls something out of her shirt, and a smoke billows across both Lysanderoth and Talbot. And you're going to need to make a prowess saving throw, a prowess resistance to not breathe in this acid smoke.
Okay.
Because if you just breathe in the acid smoke, it's going to be a bad time, and you're just going to...
Probably going to be a bad time for me.
No.
I was gonna say, can't we do a flashback to have brought something? Because maybe you get the sleeping powder in your mouth again.
I'm
Like, couldn't I have been like, just in case he brings his sleeping powder, I don't want him to hit you with it. To at least to her.
Well, this is a different substance, but yeah, if you want to flashback to having a gas mask or something.
I mean, it looks like we made our rolls pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you totally just made your rolls, so never mind. Great. So the two of you just kind of dance back, and the smoke clear, and like the ground, like the cobblestones around where you were is pockmarked with acid, but neither one of you really take much damage. It ruins your pea coat. I mean, like, not ruins, but that's gonna stain. I'm sorry.
That's 2 outfits ruined.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I guess it's Granny's coat.
Yeah. It's the Granny's outfit, Granny's dress. All right. I will posit a plan here. It is time for the goat to do its job.
Yes.
I would like to say, Stern, if you're willing to take the finishing blow here, I will foresight with the goat and have the goat ram her in its wild attempt to escape, and kind of like have her stumble back and provide you with a moment to like take a headshot. One where she's not using spooky magic to defend herself.
I'd like to, I guess it's a push yourself, but have the wolf so they meet in the middle and they pin her so I can take a shot.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
I
if
like
you're
it.
into that, then my Lysanderoth just like pulls a small knife and like cuts the goat free and slaps it on the butt, and the goat charges forward, and he just like salutes the goat.
He's so... Steinman sees like that's like the trigger, and she's like, pay me up for this.
Yeah, and the goat headbutts her like right into the wolf, putting her head right into your line of sight, exactly like you've been waiting for.
Risky because I could hit one of them.
Absolutely.
Not the goat.
Are you still using your electroplasmic bullets?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Effect is standard, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Did you have my assistance?
And then pushing my 4.
4. All right, you do it. She goes down, and half a heartbeat later, you hear a bell toll. However, you also hear immediately, like less than a block away, the caca of a the Deathseeker Crow.
Steinman's gonna,
On you very quickly.
yeah, Steinman's gonna jump out the window and she's just motioning like go 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 go.
All right. At the same time, Lysanderoth pushes the goat into the path of whatever incoming spirit warden is coming. Right? Like he sends it down that way. And then he's like ripping clothes off and switching into his blue coat uniform as he's streaking down this alleyway.
Tombout pulls out her fine shadow cloak and is like, I don't exist. Goodbye.
Stern, don't look back here. I'm changing. I'll be very embarrassed.
I already saw everything.
From
Too
the
late. You should have told me that before you took your pants off.
When
From
were
the
you,
darkness.
when
It's
were you
not
observing me?
When I was running back behind you down this alley to get away, obviously I thought this was the escape route. Turns out it was not. It was the wrong choice, and now I'm scarred more than I am.
It's fine. My butt is very fit.
Is it?
They're gonna. Sorry.
Where did you even come from? Where's that voice?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Just talking shit from invisibility. It's fine.
Are you next to us?
Yeah, I'm running.
Yeah, you're all running the same direction down the same alley. Yeah, you wanna. Is the plan to get away, or is the plan for Lysanderoth to turn around and be like, "What's all this then?"
Yeah, that's his plan, is to investigate.
Okay, so like the three of you get to the end of the alleyway, and then Lysanderoth turns around and starts running back down the alleyway, while the two of you like run out into the distance.
He pulls out his whistle and blows it and says, "What's this then? What's this? A murder! A murder!"
Yeah, the spirit warden shows up just steps after you. It's like, God damn, that goat! What was it?
I'm sorry, did you say there was a goat?
Yes, yeah, there was a goat. Yes, that was. There's a goat. This is
A
a.
very nice mask that you have there. What is the town coming to when people think that they can just murder women in the middle of the open?
Yeah, like the spirit warden is wearing like kind of golden robes highlighted with red around the cuffs, and like a hood that comes over, and has a mask that is like very long. It comes down to practically their sternum, and just covering their face entirely underneath this hood, but then just coming down. It's kind of like a plague doctor mask, as it kind of is conical a little bit, but it doesn't really look bird-like, like a plague doctor often does. It looks more. It looks more like that porcelain automaton that you fought against earlier.
That's not weird.
But they're wearing gloved hands, and they have a voice though, so they're probably not automaton. Those can't talk.
Now look at this. It appears she was shot in the head.
Well, it's your job to figure out how she died. It's my job to dispose of the body. Let
Well,
me
if
know.
you'll give me a few minutes here, I'll do my investigatory magic, and then you can work your whatever it is you do magic.
Yeah, so they like signal to someone down the other street, and this other spirit warden who's like dragging a hand cart comes back and has like it has clearly been headbutted by the goat.
I say, good sir, was there a goat that passed you?
It just the figure just kind of like drops the handcart, wipes off their robes, and doesn't say anything, but you can clearly feel them staring at you from within their mask.
Wild days in these cities. Truly, what is it coming to? All right, well, she looks like she's 20, maybe 30, 40. Kind of ageless. Definitely shot in the head. Seems like maybe she was drop-kicked, given these broken ribs here. I'd say obviously someone dropped from above, kicked her, and then shot her in the head. It's clearly just a regular daylight robbery. Nothing unusual here.
This is around the same time that some other bluecoats arrive. This is not your jurisdiction.
Oh, I'm super aware of that. I'm gonna I'm like wave them over and be like, I was just coming off duty when I saw this. Boys, come over here. Clearly, woman shot in the head. Wild goat attack. Who knows what's happening? I'll leave this in your hands. Here's my notes. He's like scribbled down a whole bunch of information. Hands it off.
Yeah, you wanna make a roll here to hand this off and wave away your responsibility.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sway.
I think so.
What's my position? Speaking with the fellow police officers at the site of my own crime.
That feels pretty desperate to me.
It does feel pretty desperate.
Feels pretty desperate to me. But you've got standard effect because you've got all of your proper documentation, and this is your official cover identity. So you are theoretically, at least, in fact, a blue coat officer.
Theoretically. You know, I pay my union dues, game master. I pay my union dues.
Oh, well, in that case,
I'm going to push myself. Oh my god.
No. Oh.
So many dice, so little luck.
Where you fucked up was where you stayed around for too long. They always return to the scene of the crime.
I'm a master of deception.
Yeah, I think that that your main mistake was pointing out these broken ribs. The spirit warden like goes over to the one of the constable, the blue coats that has showed up, and like whispers to them, and they look at the notes and they look at you and they look at the body, and they're like, all right, then we're going to need you to come downtown and give a full statement. Come down to our precinct. I'll inform your watch captain that you may be busy.
Of course. I'm sure there will be no problems here. Everything's completely above board.
I'm sure. You know anything about a goat?
You know, this fellow here just mentioned that there was a goat.
Mm-hmm.
As did that fellow over there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the goat kicked this thing?
The two of them have like put an arm around either side of you and are taking you back to the blue coats office.
This seems bad.
I'd like to do a flashback to picking his pocket as he turned around. I'm just kidding.
Wasted shows up on the screen.
Oh, ouch. Yeah. How are you gonna get out of this one?
I feel like I'll probably get out of it with a bunch of bribery.
That's
all right.
probably
Here's my go-to, right? As this watch captain is investigating me, I'm just like, you know how it is. Sometimes in order to make men's meet, you have to make a little extra money. Look the other way and, you know, push them some coin and be like, I just look the other way. Who knew that things would turn out like this when I accepted the job? I'm going with the whole, I'm just like your basic corrupt cop. Definitely wasn't involved. I was just, you know, guiding traffic, that kind of deal.
Are you offering him a cut of your
I mean, I have 4 coin here. I can offer him 2 coin to look the other way.
Yeah, you want to sway him here?
I mean, I'd love to sway him, whether I can or not.
Why don't you roll a sway? I mean, this is still desperate because if you fuck this up, you are 100% getting pinned for this murder.
All I'm hearing is XP, XP, XP.
Yes.
Standard effect.
Yeah, it's standard effect. He likes money.
I'm pushing myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to die.
No, you're fine. You're
Okay.
fine. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I understand completely about looking the other way. And like, he pockets a coin, his buddy pockets a coin, and you get around the corner from the spirit wardens, and he just pats you on the back and is like, see you around, friend.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I swapped disguises again while going around a corner.
We did it.
We did do it. We managed to pull 2 jobs in one night.
Good job. Good job. I mean, you're gonna take some more heat, but it's not enough to be a big deal. But yeah, we got through some two jobs here. This was pretty good. I am very pleased that we managed to get through to both of those. There were some really good rolls in there.
There were really bad rolls in there.
Yeah.
Which
Not
are
a
also
lot.
good rolls. Yeah. It could have gone a lot worse.
Lysanderoth is my favorite. Like, I still want to know, like old ladies. Like, I guess each character that you play has their own large bag that they would carry all
Yes.
this stuff in.
An
It's not just
accent
people,
and
like-
fully fleshed backstory.
Yeah, exactly. But like the old lady's got like that bag that they whack you with that feels like there's all this stuff in it. It's because there is all the other costumes right now. The guy's got a messenger bag. Like everything fits. All the bags fit in other bags.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
In his spare time, he also plays Torchbearer, so he knows that you put bags inside of bags.
Pro strats.
Oh my god,
Good times.
that's great.
Yeah. So I'm glad you all had a good time. And
I
I'm
feel like we achieved the name of the show.
good. Yeah. Thank you for joining me, Naja, Ginge. I really appreciate it. I love you bringing your knowledge of the system and your go hard attitudes. So,
Of course.
I might even play again at some point. My goodness.
Oh,
You liked
my.
it.
wow,
Yeah, I know.
amazing.
Mission complete.
That's good. That's very good. I'm glad. Because I really do love this game. And so that makes me happy. I'm glad I could share it with you and everyone in the audience. And congratulations on killing a dimmer sister. That's not easy. Yeah.
She had it coming.
Lightning me.
Yo, you jumped on her head though in revenge.
True.
You know what they say, you mess with the goat, you get the horns.
No. Cut to black.
It's over.
So good. That's so bad. Yeah, I've had a Blades in the Dark itch for a while because I haven't really played in a while, so that was awesome.
Me neither. Oh, it's good. Well, thank you, Arthur, for having us on.
Yeah, should we do some outros?
Let's do some outros.
Well, Kelsa, let's start with your outro. Who are you? Where can people find you? And what do you do?
Hello, I'm Kelsa. I play role-playing games on the internet, like this one. I had a really good time tonight. It's been too long since I've got to play or run Blades, so I really enjoy that. You can find me on Twitter at Kelsa, Twitch, and YouTube. It's Kelsa Delphi. If you look on youtube.com/Kelsa Delphi, there are some other actual plays of Blades in the Dark that I've played on my own channel and other people's channels, as well as links to other great shows that I have been on and or produced. So you can always check that out. I have a game of we're playing Polaris, which is a no GMs, no rolling, not quite diceless, but basically there's no the conflict resolution is entirely ritualistic, where you say phrases at each other in order to negotiate for what happens next. I really like that. It's pretty interesting. It lets you really up some stakes, and but you can also say no to that. and have to dial it back. And it's interesting to see what will cause people to hit that nope, you've gone too far button. So good times. And that's going to be on Thursday on my channel.
You upload all of your VODs to the place that's known as YouTube, correct?
Sure do.
What's that YouTube location in case people want to see more content with you?
youtube.com/KelsDelphi.
So easy to remember.
Yeah, it's almost as easy as my Twitter, which is @Kelsa, which has a link to my YouTube.
Fascinating. Xmsginganinja. I have never played with you before, but I have watched your show. But for people who haven't watched your show, who are you? Where can people find you? And what is it that you do?
I'm Xmsginganinja. I mostly stream video games when I'm on other people's channels. I'm on Savor Dice on Wednesdays and Kit Battlebeard's channel on Saturdays, both for D&D. But yeah, I mostly just hang out with my friends and shoot things. And there's a lot of yelling and cursing. So if you don't like that.
It was pretty much just like this game.
Yeah,
except...
definitely sounds familiar.
It's definitely a lot of plotting. So it's very similar.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm Xmsginganinja pretty much everywhere.
Fantastic. Tristarae, I've seen so much content with you. Like the most contents. I'd say the only show I watch more than like misclicks would probably be It Me JP. So
Thank you. That's very kind of you. For everybody out there who doesn't know who I am, or I don't know, is interested for some bizarre reason, I mostly shitpost on Twitter at Trist_CHI. From there, you can get to my Twitch page and now my YouTube page because I fixed it. I will probably not be streaming this weekend because I have 2 friends in town from Vancouver and Oakland, and there's this like friend Voltron thing going on this weekend that I will be attending. But next weekend I will be on twitch.tv/actualplay playing Wolfspell, Epidaia's new game. And the last time I played it, I married a tiger. So who knows what's going to happen this time. But yeah, I tweet out all of my streaming business on Twitter, along with many other things. Like, did you know that it's February and I am Black? That's it for me.
The more you know.
I knew both of those things, actually. Actually, I might have forgotten it was February. I'm very bad with months.
It happens to us all.
Well, I mean, this is a show about me, so if you're here, you pretty much already know who I am. So, thank you to the guests. Have a good night, everybody.